A woman who has been alone doesn't fight her wars in public. She doesn't announce every struggle or broadcast every wound. She carries her storms quietly, holding her pain with a dignity most people will never understand. Her silence isn't weakness, it is strength under control. It is the strength of someone who learned early that the world won't always notice your hurt, so you learn to stand even when your knees shake. She doesn't need to shout her battles to prove her resilience. She lives it. She breathes it. In her silence, she builds mental armor thicker than anything life throws her way. While others complain about small challenges, she fights through storms with a steady heart. People see her calm, but they don't see the battles she fought alone at 2 a.m. They see her strength now, but they don't realize that this strength was carved out of quiet nights, heavy thoughts, and a decision she made over and over again to keep going even when no one was watching. A woman who has walked alone learns something most people never do: how to truly meet herself. When people leave, when conversations fade, when support disappears, she is forced to sit with her own soul. And in that silence, she discovers her worth. She realizes she is not defined by who stays or who goes. She becomes aware of her own power, her own voice, her own dreams. Loneliness becomes her mirror, reflecting her strength back at her. She learns to love herself without waiting for approval. She learns to trust her decisions without needing validation. She stops chasing people and starts chasing purpose. Loneliness, instead of breaking her, shapes her. It teaches her that she can stand without leaning on anyone, that she can smile without being held, that she can build a life without waiting for someone to save her. In that solitude, she rises, not because someone lifted her, but because she finally lifted herself. A woman who has been alone understands pain in a way that transforms her. Pain didn't just visit her, it changed her. Every betrayal taught her to set boundaries. Every heartbreak taught her to stop giving pieces of herself to people who didn't value her. Every lonely night taught her that tears don't last forever, but strength does. Her turning point wasn't a moment of comfort. It was the moment she said enough. Enough to being overlooked. Enough to being underestimated. Enough to carrying people who never carried her. Pain pushed her into her purpose. It awakened a fire inside her, a determination that comes only from surviving what tried to break you. She learned that pain is not an ending, it's a beginning. It's the beginning of clarity, confidence, growth, and a version of her that refuses to shrink for anyone. Pain didn't defeat her. It refined her. It created a woman who now walks with a level of strength only survival can teach. Life didn't give her shortcuts. It didn't give her a safety net or a soft place to land. She had to learn how to walk alone, literally and spiritually. She learned to wipe her own tears, to pick herself up after every fall, to make decisions without someone guiding her. She learned independence not because she wanted it, but because she needed it. She became her own motivation, her own support system, her own protector. And that changed her. It taught her resilience. It taught her courage. It taught her that even when everything around her falls apart, she can still stand. She walks alone not because she doesn't want companionship, but because she no longer fears the journey without it. She knows now that she is capable of carrying herself. She knows that her strength is real because it was tested when no one was around to help her. And that strength shows in the way she moves through life with steady steps and unshakable determination. People see the confident woman she is today, but they don't see the chapters that built her. They don't see the nights she cried quietly so no one would worry. They don't see the moments she wanted to give up but didn't. They don't see the struggles she hid because she didn't want to be a burden. She carries stories of survival in her eyes, but the world only notices her smile. Her strength didn't come from comfort. It didn't come from being supported. It came from facing life when she felt completely alone. It came from enduring storms silently because she didn't have the luxury of falling apart. She became strong because she had to. She became unshakable because life tested her again and again. And now, when people admire her strength, they have no idea that it was built in shadows, in silence, in moments she survived without applause, without help, and without anyone knowing what she went through. In the end, the woman who has been alone is not defined by loneliness, but by the strength she built in the shadows. She rose without applause, grew without guidance, healed without witnesses, and found herself without anyone telling her who to be. Her journey was quiet, but her transformation is loud. She stands today with a strength born from battles no one knew she fought. She walks with confidence shaped by moments where she had no choice but to depend on herself. and she moves forward knowing that every storm she survived alone became the foundation of the powerful woman she is now. Her story is proof that solitude can shape greatness, pain can create purpose, and a woman who stands alone can still rise with unstoppable fire.